Hey guys, Skyrionn here. Before we begin this video, I'd just like to ask that if you're enjoying these lore videos, it would mean so much if you could take 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It helps so much with the growth of the channel. Also, share this with one of your friends. Now, on with the video. The lore behind Theresa. When meeting the Hero of Strength, Sparrow discovers that Sister Hannah is a pacifist monk. This was until her adoptive father is murdered by Lucian's men, an act seemingly orchestrated to remove Hannah's pacifist ways and the need to reenact revenge on Lucian. When meeting the Hero of Will, Lucian once again becomes aware of his location just as Sparrow arrives, and he is taken to the Spire by Lucian, which results in Sparrow later going to the Spire to rescue him. After 10 long years of captivity, Sparrow escapes with Garth, his captivity willing him to do anything to enact his revenge. When finally seeking out the final hero, the Hero of Skill, Reaver at first tries to weaken Sparrow by sending them to the Shadow Court in Wraith Marsh. Upon Sparrow's return, Lucian attacks Reaver's mansion after becoming aware that he is the Hero of Skill and attempts to take him. Travelling through Reaver's secret passage, Sparrow and Reaver escape to a secluded beach and find Garth and Hammer waiting. Although secret, Lucian also becomes aware of this location and sends shards and soldiers to fight the heroes. After defeating these forces, Reaver sees that his home and his ship have been damaged. As he realizes that Lucian will never stop trying to take him, Theresa appears and uses Veers to convince her final hero to aid her in ridding Lucian from the Spire. All of these occurrences that had changed the minds of the heroes, Hammer's father, Garth's imprisonment, and Reaver's identity, all seemingly orchestrated by Theresa to further her plan. With the heroes all together, she brings them to Hero Hill and gives them instructions on how to perform a ritual to acquire a great weapon that can stop Lucian. After the ritual is complete, she disappears, ready for what comes next. As foreseen, Lucian appears and takes the 3 heroes he requires to the Spire and shoots Sparrow. Unknown to Lucian, he would be saved by the ritual that had just taken place and also transported to the Spire with the ancient weapon, the music box. As Lucian conducts his own ritual to unlock the power of the Spire, Sparrow enters the chamber and uses the weapon to strip Lucian of all of the power he had just acquired from the Spire and the 3 heroes. Now a vulnerable old man, he falls from a platform to his death. After years of planning and manipulation, Theresa teleports herself into the activated Spire just where Lucian had stood moments before. Here, she gives her brother's descendant the wish from the Spire and transports the heroes away on their own destiny. Although originally enticed by the wish, the mass collection of will energy from this Spire allowed Theresa to expand her prophetic abilities. Now, she could see thousands of strands of possibilities for the future of Albion, each action having a reaction, and she could prevent true evil as the Seer of the Spire. Although responsible for the many deaths that had resulted in the construction of the Spire, Theresa believed that without sacrifice there could be no victory. Now with every possibility in front of her, Theresa discovers that the first Spire was not destroyed after a wish was cast for a new Albion, but instead, it was destroyed after the heroes of the Old Kingdom fought against an ancient evil that had sent its forces from the Void, a realm beyond this world full of corruption. The Void had been able to open a tear into Albion after the mass amount of will energy was compiled within the first Spire. Upon seeing this, she sees another future for Albion, one that would cover Albion in darkness and corruption. This began when her Spire was rebuilt and woke the Corruptor from its deep sleep in the Void. Within the years of Theresa's acquisition of the Spire, Spyro becomes the ruler of Albion and has 2 children. After the death of Spyro, the eldest child, Logan, becomes the new king of Albion. As king, Logan travels to the continent of Aurora and passes through the Shadelight dungeon. Unfortunately for him, due to the Spire's activation years before, the Corruptor's chief lieutenant, the Crawler, who had been imprisoned within the dungeon during the Old Kingdom, had awoken and attacked Logan, killing his men and almost killing him. After being saved by the Auroran leader, Logan returns to Albion and is greeted by Theresa, who tells him that Albion will be attacked in 5 years' time by the darkness, and Albion's population will be exterminated without mercy. To save Albion from this prophecy, Logan becomes a tyrant, putting together an army and collecting funds for the next 4 years to have a fighting chance against the darkness. Unknown to Logan, Theresa could see that Logan had not been blessed with the heroic abilities of his bloodline, but his younger sibling had. And so, she used his tyranny to manipulate his younger sibling to begin a revolution against the king so that a hero would sit on the throne and be strong enough to fight against the great evil. Throughout the young hero's journey, they discover the music box and see a vision of Logan explaining how he would rather have Albion destroyed before he surrendered it. These words appearing to the young hero as Logan speaking against the revolution, when in reality he spoke of the darkness that was on its way. Although aware of Logan's intentions, Theresa failed to mention the context of Logan's speech to manipulate the young hero into beginning the revolution. Using the Spire to see all possible threads ahead, and meeting with the young hero in a realm called the Road to Rule, she guides the hero through their path to become the ruler of Albion. After a successful revolution, and now a hero sitting on the throne, Theresa shows the hero a vision of what will happen to Albion if they fail to stop the darkness's attack. The world covered in darkness and life wiped out. For the past 50 years, she had seen this, and now it could be stopped if she could continue to guide the hero properly. Over the year, the hero acquires gold to protect the kingdom and does what they can to ensure its survival. Just before the attack, Theresa tells the hero to do what they were born to do. All of these threads and possibilities all coming together under Theresa's guide, giving Albion a chance to survive the attack. Due to Theresa's help with the preparation, the hero fights with the Crawler and defeats it, saving Albion from the Corruptor's attack. She had fixed her mistake, but again at the cost of many lives. One of these lives being Sir Walter Beck, an aide to the ruler. At his funeral, Theresa pauses time and says her farewells to the hero, seemingly wanting to keep her hand in this whole affair secret from others. With her path complete with the hero, Theresa returns to the Spire once more, and through the next few years, she pushes prophetic dreams to those around Albion, making them act in a way beneficial to Albion without directly getting involved. From the Spire, she awaits the next attack from the Corruptor. The Spire itself, over the years, became a focal point for darkness, until one day, the Corruptor sends through the Devourer, another one of his lieutenants. On its way from the Void, it attacks Theresa, this attack leaving corruption in her body. Escaping the Spire, Theresa comes across Gabriel, a dweller, and she convinces him to help her stop the corruption from spreading over Albion. With the corruption inside of her, she slowly loses her immense prophetic abilities and has to rely on Gabriel to protect her from corrupted creatures. Although not born a hero, Theresa guides him to points around Albion to collect items to defeat the new threat. He acquires gauntlets that allow him to channel will energy into devastating blows, and after defeating the Devourer and the Temptress, the Corruptor's soldiers, they return to the Spire with a plan to close the rift between Albion and the Void. Entering inside, Theresa, now extremely weak and her powers failing, feels the corruption taking over her body and soul. Aware that the corruptor will keep fighting for Albion, she makes her final wish as Gabriel protects her from its soldiers. As the wish is made, Theresa tells Gabriel that her time in this world is over and a new age is upon the people of Albion. Although unknown what this wish was, after it had been cast, the darkness was removed from Albion, the rift closed, the Spire destroyed, and Albion was safe once again. But Theresa was gone. With Theresa's power now absorbed into Gabriel's gauntlets, it seems that she may have actually moved on from this world. As Gabriel wanders down a now corruption-free beach, he himself, now blind, picks up Theresa's blindfold and becomes the Seer of Albion. Once a young girl in a small farming village, Theresa was pulled by destiny to become the Seer of Albion and the last member of an ancient bloodline, protecting her land even to her last breath. Without this once innocent girl, Albion may have fallen multiple times over the 600 years that she lived. Seen as manipulative to some, many ask if her manipulative tactics to access the Spire were worth the many deaths that came with it. But I do ask, Hero, if Theresa hadn't have existed in the first place, would Albion have been better for it? Hello heroes, thank you for watching part 2 of Theresa's lore. I'd just like to thank my gold tier patrons, Jonas, Mathias Croqvist, Scruffshroom, Sheev Palpatine, ZeroXP Podcast, The Arbiter and Lewis. Your support helps me make these videos, thank you. As always, like, share and subscribe if you found this interesting. Now, enjoy your day, bye.